What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are back to work on the 2016 Ferrari California T that was previously flooded in Florida. Let's start vacuuming the engine bay. Now we're about to get the windshield out, but that will be in a second. So now we're moving into the interior of the Ferrari and we're gonna vacuum that too. Now that the interior is looking pretty good, including the rear seats, we're moving to the trunk, which looks terrible, but the dirt and grime is stuck onto the metal. So we're gonna move on to taking out the front windshield. So on the Ferrari, we figured out how to remove the hydraulic T-top. In case of an emergency or you have no power to the hydraulic T-top, Ferrari implements these 10mm Allen slots that you have to turn with a wrench to unhook the top glass and the top T-top so you can fold them manually. Now we can access all the trim and start fixing that wiring harness. And I did get a harness from overseas in Australia for this Ferrari. I'm gonna have to start cleaning the rest of this car, and now we'll be able to remove all these trim panels because we have access to everything else. We just about cleaned the whole trunk, including where the electronic parking brake sits and the TCM or transmission control module. We figured out how to open up this electronic gas cap by pulling this red string right here, which releases this plastic tab, allowing us to open up the gas tank. And now we can clean in here and suck all this old gas out, but that will be for later. In this box, let's open up our donor harness from Australia. So here we have the new body harness all laid out. It's essentially an H, and each side goes to one of the corners of the car. And after looking at all the wiring I'm gonna need to splice in, I'm thinking it's a better idea to just swap this whole harness in instead of splicing in connectors. There are plenty of good connectors, but there's a lot of bad ones as well that I'll need to replace. So let's just replace the whole harness. Now the new harness does have some damage, which we will do our best to fix as we're swapping it over. Well, we are making some great progress. We just finished removing the driver side and passenger side seatbelts, which bolt to the unibody behind all those trim panels. We finally got them out. Everything is a bit more complicated with this hydraulic T-top. But now we're gonna be removing the rest of these trim pieces on the inside so we can get to these SRS towers. Now, that's actually not what they're called, but as you can see, they have an SRS connector going into the bottom of them because this is for whenever you get into a rollover with the top down. Because there is no protection of your head with the top down, these will deploy, shooting a aluminum bar straight up, making sure your head doesn't get crushed. If you've ever taken a look at some wrecked Huracans, right behind the passenger and driver side headrest, there's an aluminum bar sticking up, and those are deployable components. So, let's keep going. We successfully removed the roll bar in the rear, along with those rear seats, and then the dashboard. As you can tell, this dashboard is destroyed. This foam acted as a sponge, sucking up all the salt water. Then the cast aluminum dashboard sat on this foam, and all of the minerals just completely destroyed this dash, literally turning it into crumbs. This is our aircon or heater box assembly, and here is the blower motor fan, which is caked with junk. Already found a used dash for this Ferrari. Let's open it up, show you guys what we got. So this is what the dash is supposed to look like. All in one piece, not flaking off, and all the rivets are nice and brand new, no rust. Even came with this metal piece where the steering column bolts up underneath it. Along with the dash, we've been ordering new seat belts and new safety components because I will not be reusing the ones from the flooded Ferrari. So we've got this box to open up, including this box, and finally, this package as well. Let's quickly crack these three open. So like you saw, we got new rear seat belts and a new driver seat belt. Now we're just waiting on the passenger side. Plus, these beauties. Ferrari loves using these purple fuse boxes, and they are pretty expensive when you buy them individually. So I found this chopped off of a 2014 Ferrari California, which is not the T because Ferrari California's T's start in 2015 and up, but it has a ton of these really good fuses, which are expensive by themselves, but I bought this whole assembly for pretty cheap, and it comes with a bunch of these, which we will need. Because, and I'll show you. So yeah, that will save us some time and money. We've got the bad fuse from the California T, and here is our replacement fuse. It's a perfect match. These are like gold. The next plan of action is to unbolt the glass from the T-top hinges, then unbolt the hinges, then unbolt this black frame piece so that we can replace the harness which runs up and through the body back here to the rear. But that's gonna be all for tonight, guys. We will catch you in the next one. See ya. All right, some bonus content for you guys. For the longest time, we've been trying to get my dad a Tacoma. We've tried bidding on multiple Tacomas, and they usually just sell for outrageous prices, so we haven't been able to get them. Like this blue Tacoma, and we also tried to get a gray Tacoma, and both of them didn't work out. As you can tell, we've been at it for a while. June of 2023 is when we were trying for that blue Tacoma, and it didn't work out. But finally, we found a truck. We got on a plane to drive the truck all the way home. and Santiago picked me up from the airport. Huge shout out to him for picking me up, even though I showed up pretty late. We still went out and grabbed some tacos and went for a cruise. With the homie.
Oh, baby.
Some tacos.
Oh, they're matching in there.
Yep, got the Hyper. We got the 848 matching, bro. We are in Arizona picking up Dad's truck. We've been looking on Copart for quite some time for a truck for Pops, and we finally found one. Clean title, it does need some work. Santiago put in brand new headlights for us. They're the LEDs, so they look really good. This tire was flat, so we got a new or used tire on that rim, and there were missing bulbs in the taillight and the reverse light, so he got that done as well. So we are all set. We went and grabbed some bomb breakfast, then headed out to ride with Mad Maxie up in the canyons. All right, what up, YouTube? We got the vlog set up going. Got a little
sponsorship. I got you one. I got you one.
It's not sponsored. I paid for this. We just had a bomb breakfast. Now we're headed to go ride with Maxie or Mad Maxie on the Ducatis. I think Maxie's taking his 2-ono, but you guys will see in a second.
That sounds cool.
Can I get a rev? After a long day of riding, it was time for us to drive the truck home. Also, they took the rear view mirror, so we're gonna be driving home with no rear view mirror either. First start of the beast. Oh, smooth. Yeah, Santiago installed these headlights. They are bright. And we are officially off, about to leave Santiago's place. 25 hours. We'll see you then. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it. 10,426 miles on the odometer now after that trip. Get me to bed.